Awesome. All right, we'll start with a few easy questions. Who are you and what do you do?
So my name is Apurv Gautam. I'm from India. I came here, I think, in 2019 for my master's. Currently, I'm working as a senior threat research analyst at Cybel. Basically, from work-wise, if I just talk about it, cybercrime threat intelligence. So anything related to cybercrime, whether it's like monitoring cybercrime forums, getting into or even communicating with threat actors. Nowadays it is less on me, but when I started with it, it was mostly like you are creating profiles, communicating with threat actors, getting that intel out of them, like if they are attacking some company, or usually like on these underground forums, threat actors talk about attacking for any new company or any specific sector, for example healthcare or education, for example. So monitoring all those things. And nowadays it's mostly ransomware is a big thing, right? So monitoring ransomware victims, seeing like within a ransomware victim, there are many third parties that are breached. So monitoring for that, and then all the client related stuff. So that is my like entire work right now.
That's crazy. That's an insane job.
Yeah, it's fun.
I bet you have some crazy stories. Now, the reason we're talking to you now is you've come out with a new tool, which we'll break down here in a moment. But I think what would be interesting for my audience to know is, why is it so interesting that you're trying to scrape the dark web? And I'll start with this question. Why has it been almost impossible to scrape the dark web up until now? Why is it so hard to scrape it and figure out where things are?
So I think scraping, first of all, if I start with just scraping a lot of sites, even not non-dark web ones, if they have, let's say, login, if they have, if they're complicated, it's still difficult, but there have been so many automated ways that people can scrape it very easily. In terms of dark web, especially the .onion ones, which is, they are on a special route or behind a special software or program, which in this case is the Onion router, which is the entire majority of the dark web stuff is on Tor. For that, you have to go through Tor network, right? And Tor network in itself is complicated. Like you have to go through 3 different relays. You have to set up a Tor network. I mean, you just have to run a command, but in the background, these things happen. So scraping that is somewhat slow, I would say. I would still not call it difficult. It's just slow. If you know, like for someone who has been into scraping for a long time, it's still easy. Like people do it all the time. It's just like going through that Tor network. Like if you're downloading something, that is very like a different thing. Like it's very, very slow over Tor. You have to run up a lot of different Tor circuits. Let's say like 100 plus Tor circuits if you're downloading something big. But scraping, like the tool, we will talk about the tool. For this, it's very small, I would say, on a small scale. When the tool grows, definitely, then I have to think about scraping on that, like large scale scraping kind of. But still can be done. Like people are doing it. Even in companies, people are scraping it. It's just like very slow. The connection breaks anytime. Like you never know. Like for example, there is a .any website. It is up, let's say 2 days a week. So, and you don't know which 2 days. So you have to keep starting. Sometimes you have to keep restarting your entire like workflow. And if you have, let's say, even if you have resume capabilities, then the circuit does break. So you have to like recreate the circuit, then restart your script. So all those things come into play when you are scraping dark web.
Yeah, that sounds messy and difficult.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, how do you find these sites that you want to scrape? I know with the clear web, everything can be indexed, right, and searched. The dark web, it's like inherently built to not be indexed. How are you locating all the things you're trying to scrape?
So in terms of similar to how we have Google or DuckDuckGo, whatever search engine, there are few search engines on Tor itself that people have created or researchers have created. The famous one is, I think, I'm missing the name, Torgal or Tor Max or something. But I have in the tool, I have like some 13 search engines. But yeah, there are a lot of search engines out there that you can just search, let's say, a keyword. So for example, if you're searching for company ABC, you search ABC, they will give you results, .onion results out there. How they are doing it is basically somewhat technical. Like there are ways you can. So how the Tor works is, I don't know if I want to go too much detail into this.
Go as deep as you want to go.
Okay, perfect. So how Tor works is there are like 3 nodes, as I said, minimum 3 nodes, and it can be expanded into more. Especially if you're visiting. Especially if you're visiting all these open websites or non.onion ones, there is a way which you can see. It's called exit node. So there is a way you can actually see where people are visiting. For Onion, it's not that easy, but there have been a lot of tools out there, a lot of vulnerabilities out there on .onion websites that you can see. Okay, this is an Onion website, and then a lot of people do market it. So a lot of cybercrime forums, they market their .onion domain apart from their normal domain, which is like clear web or surface web that you call. For example, Russian cybercrime forum, which we usually monitor, is XSS, which it's been going through hell right now. But yeah, XSS, they do, like if you go on XSS website, they will have a .onion domain at the right, somewhere on their web page, marketing that, okay, this is we do have a .onion domain. For example, Facebook has .onion domain. So if you visit Facebook on Tor browser, it will automatically pop up that, okay, there is a .onion domain. Do you want to access it using .onion instead of just going to facebook.com? So they do have route matching thing, which I also don't know how that works exactly. But there is a way that you can, like, people market it out there, like, okay, we have this. So I think whatever, like how many years this has been going on, and then the number of routes there are. So I think there are, last 4 years ago, there were 6,000 relays, because of which the Tor network is running up. So all across the globe, there is 6,000 plus relays. Now I assume it should be 10K something. So all these, because of all these relays, and then whenever people started mapping these, okay, there's this onion domain, this onion domain, this onion domain, and then connecting it together, then this search engine thing started. Like people started making these search engines. So there are search engines out there which you can search and then get a new domain. And there are a lot of wiki pages also. So for example, there will be a wiki page which will have different sections. So for example, marketplace will have their own section. Then forums will have their own section. Books or research will have their own sections. And within that, there will be 10 to 15 onion domains where you can go and access these things. So if you want, within forums also, there are like different areas, right? So cybersecurity will have crime, obviously, cybercrime related stuff. Then marketplaces, like as everyone knows, like there are drug marketplace thing also on the underground or cybercrime side of things, or underground forums. I have not called cybercrime because drug is very different, but there are those markets also that will be there, and people can just go and see.
Now, random questions, like I've obviously been to the dark web, and many people have tried to go to the dark web. It seems like the initial sites you find on these search engines aren't actually legit, they're not real. Is that accurate? And how deep do you have to go to find the real sites?
I mean, before that, what do you mean real? So
it seems like they're fake. Like like we have cocaine for sale, but it's a fake site. Like they just put up a JPEG and they have an onion site or whatever.
That is true. And most of the time, they, like the initial ones that you can just Google into it. But you can Google, like if you just Google onion site for drugs, you will somewhere you will have some result, either from Reddit or some other obscure forum. Majority of these, I would say, is controlled by law enforcement. Or not majority, but still, like the easy ones are mostly like there are law enforcement people controlling it, or either massively present on those forums or on those marketplaces. So if you do something, you will definitely go down. But how to find the real ones is if you are already in these forums, and from there you saw someone put some. So there are, like, forum works is basically someone posts something, then people comment on it, similar to any other normal forum, like any other social media, for example. So you have to be there for, let's say you are monitoring chats for a month, 2 month, 3 month, and then you get to know about that particular actual URL where you can go. Or a lot of it goes on Telegram right nowadays. So you get to know about the Telegram link, which most likely is a private Telegram channel or private Telegram group. So you join from there, and then you do the, like, you get on, like, okay, what is happening. And same way that I can do it, other researchers do it, even law enforcement does the same way. So everyone knows, even the criminals know that this happens, like on all these cybercrime forums or even drug markets. People are out there which are not criminals, but this is how you find it, basically.
Okay, and that's fascinating. Now, getting to your tool, which is, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's doing dark web OSINT with AI, correct?
Yep.
Walk me through how that works.
So I will walk you through the idea of like how I started. So before this, I have a GitHub repo where I tried to collect different types of dark web OSINT tools that are there. I think I created 3 years ago, around 2021 or 2. The basic idea of that was like, okay, obviously I don't want to build new tool. If there are tools already, I'll just use that, right? Like, why rebuild the wheel? So there are tools for searching the things you talked about, right? How do you search, or how do you get these onion links? So there are tools for those where you can, similar to search engines, basically. There are search engines. Then there are tools for scraping. So if you just give them one URL, they will scrape the website, similar to any normal website scraping. So there are like these disjointed tools. But my idea was, I was like, okay, there are these tools out there, and this was like 3 years ago, right? I created this, I collected all these, but I was like, it's still slow. Like, let's say if I'm an investigator, or even as a researcher, if I'm doing some OSINT work, and just OSINT, like I'm not talking about you are getting access to the forum, which is more like far more different active than OSINT. Yeah, it's more active, right? Just OSINT work, it still takes time. Taking, let's say, first search engine tool, you go to the search engine, you search something. Let's say if I'm just taking ABC as an example, right? Don't want to name any companies here, but if you're just taking ABC as an example and you're searching on this particular company to see, okay, what is there on the dark web side of things. You go to the search engine, you search for that, you collect all the links, or you visit the links, and then you use some other, let's say you have 10-20 links, then if you have a scraping tool, you give it to that. Give these links to the scraping tool, it will scrape, and then after scraping also you have to refer to another tool to analyze the data. So I was like, why not combine these? Like, there are like 3, I think it has like 3-4 different categories of the original one. So I was like, okay, we can combine this, and today with AI and everything, it will be very easy. So the main idea was reducing, let's say, like 6-8 hours of work, analysis work, and then writing the final report to 30 minutes or maybe 1 hour with AI or with LLM. So that was the initial idea. Initially I thought I can combine these tools as it is, but then it was very difficult because every tool had it had different architecture. One was written in Go, one was written in Python. So I was like, I have to do a lot more work in combining these tools. So why not just create it separately? Because I know scraping, like I've been doing it since I started. My first, I started this in 2018. So the first task was read about dark web and know how to scrape. That's it. Like these two were the tasks. So I knew scraping a lot. So that's why I was like, okay, let's create it. So I started finding all these search engines, and from there I collected, I think it is at 15 search engines right now. Wow. So whenever you search something, it goes through 15 search engines, collects all the links. It doesn't scrape at that point because 15 search engines and each search engine result 10-20 results. So it's a lot, right? After that, it does based on your keyword, it does semantic comparison. So whether like out of 100 plus, how many of them is relevant? Like obviously not all will be relevant. Same with any Google search, like maybe first 5 will be relevant and then rest are garbage. So it does that, and right now I have it at 20. So like just out of 100, 150, give me 20 results. Okay. And from there, I scrape those 20 results. And then I I just give it to LLM. Like just give me an proper investigative summary of it. And what else I should research on. Like let's say if I search, for example, ransomware sites. So it gave me a summary. And then, okay, what more search queries I can put to the same thing to find more info. And then it just builds upon that. So, and this entire work, like if I just talk about starting from giving it the query and getting the first draft of the investigator summary, it's like a minute or something. And then after that, you refine. So that's why I'm ballparking at 30 minutes. So like from 4 or 5 hours, you get it down to 30 minutes.
Okay, we have to see this tool.
Yeah,
I've got to
definitely.
Show it to us.
Yep.
Let's see. And this is a tool that anyone can use right now.
Yeah. So I do have it on GitHub. I will just open GitHub, and so this is the tool basically. As you can see. Also, by the way, the logo, I have to talk about the logo because my friend designed the logo. He did a lot of work. I do have stickers, by the way. I will give you after this.
Yes, thank you. We'll do the same. Yes.
But yeah, the logo is sick.
I love the logo. We'll shout out your friend. We'll put him in the description.
Yeah. Also, the Robin, I don't know if you follow One Piece or not. I don't, by the way. I
don't know.
Yeah, it's some character. Robin is some character from One Piece, and that's where the whole idea of archaeology, like finding things, that's where the name came from.
So someone in the comments will get it.
Yeah,
they'll love it.
Yeah,
they'll
someone will.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically this is the tool. I will not go through the download thing. I have it downloaded, obviously, but it's very easy to download. I have 2 different things. So one is a CLI and one obviously UI. My idea was just keeping it CLI, but then I was like, if people not everyone is that technically. Not that everyone is that technical that they can use it. So I have to create a UI, and my friends helped me in creating the UI. So I will show the UI one also.
That'd be great.
That would be really good in showing. But yeah, if anyone wants to use it, they can just easily go on the website, as you can see, and download either the CLI or the UI one.
And you can use any AI model you want.
Yeah. So in this, I have it somewhere written. But yeah, I will show it also. Right now it is either ChatGPT, which is 4.1, or Claude. I think it was Sonnet 3.5. Gemini also I did add it, and obviously local models. Like not everyone pays for something and get an API key, so you can run anything through Olama. Right now I have just Olama, but I do plan to add more. I know there are more services out there that you can download local models off of, so I will do that.
That's awesome.
And the benefit of UI, which a majority of the people will be using, it's through Docker. It's very easy to run. I will just show you. It's as easy as this, just the Docker run command. Right now I don't have it on any Docker repositories where you can just get the URL and run it, but that is the plan. So right now you have to download the entire repository and build the Docker and then run it. So right now it is connecting to Tor first. So in the backend, you can see on this, you're running Tor, and then once it starts, you can visit, in this case 8501 localhost. So let me open.
This is so cool.
8501.
Look at that.
And this is the UI. Which again, a lot of my friends help with the UI. I'm not great at UI.
Neither am I.
But yeah, so as you can see, it is very simple. So you just have to put one query and everything works. There is on the left hand side, if you can see, there is you can select LLM models. So right now I have my ChatGPT or OpenAI API key stored in the environment variable. So I can select either GPT-4 or 4.1. Let me just go with 4.1. But as you can see, there are other Claude, Gemini, or Llama. So whatever LLM you want to use, you can use any LLM. And then threads also I added because I do have multi-threading in the backend. If I'm scraping 20, I can't just do it on one thread. It will be very slow. So I just added it. So let me just do it 12. I think I will just go with ransomware. That is the major.
Sounds good.
Right now, so I'll just do ransomware. Let's say sites. And once you click run, there is the first step of refining the query, because a lot of times people don't know what they're searching for, right? Right now I said ransomware sites, right? But if you see in the refined query, it's ransomware leak sites victim list. So it is again through LLM. Like I have a prompt. I can show the prompt also after this.
Oh yeah, I would love that.
On GitHub. So I have like 3 different prompts for 3 different tasks on this. First is the refining query. So in this case, as I said, ransomware sites, but the ideal would be ransomware leak sites and victim list in this case. I mean, it would still do away with the victim list. That would also be good. Like just ransomware leak sites would be good. And then once you see like the search results in total going through all the 15 search engines, it returned 481. And great. From that, I'm just filtering it down to 20. So this filtering thing is, I send it all these links and the title of the page, and based on what I'm trying to search, which is ransomware leak sites, it is just fine tuning or filtering 220 from that 481.
Is that also a prompt as well?
Yeah, that is a prompt. So the 3 LLM task is first is refining query, the second is this filtering thing, and the third is final investigation one, which you will see the prompt is very big. Like I had to trial error that a lot for generating a proper investigation summary, which you will see here.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
So it's still, as you can see, it's still going on. So it will generate, but I will go it slowly, so it will be easier. The first thing is obviously the links it referenced. So I have asked it to like just put down the links. Let's say if the analyst wants to go to the links themselves, they can go through it and see what the results are, and they can be sure like, okay, it generated actually right, not hallucinated.
Right.
And then the idea was to quickly get intel out of it. So that's where the first thing I wanted to print is investigating artifacts. So this is where you will see all the cryptocurrency, all the monikers, which T handles, everything that, or in this case, ransomware site names. As you can see, group names. So basically it printed how many, like
that's
20,
so cool.
20 plus or whatever. And these are like actual ransomware sites that is active and live right now, or majority of it is. And then the actual or whatever, like I didn't tell the LLM to just, okay, give me malware names, give me dark web forum names, all those things. I just told it to give me artifacts or technical artifacts. So it just gave me all those things. I think when I will show the prompt, you will see I did say it to just give, if you have cryptocurrency addresses, I need that, because a lot of times while doing dark web investigations, cryptocurrency addresses are really important to tie it back to a specific threat actor group, let's say. So that's where like addresses were important. So if it sees it, just give it to me.
That's amazing. A random question. Do you have a tool that helps you trace cryptocurrency transactions?
I personally don't, but my company does. But there are a lot of tools out there. In terms of just in terms of tracing it back to a threat actor, definitely big companies do. I know there are different tools. The major one is Chainalysis. I don't know if you've heard of. They do track of a lot of these cryptocurrency addresses to cybercrime activities, and they have really big repositories. I think they were the first one who started doing this, and then there are other companies. But companies like the company I work for and other vendor companies or cybercrime vendor companies, they do have their own repository, their own historical database where they keep track of, okay, this threat actor marketed this particular cryptocurrency address, and then once we find some new address in some incident, then we can tie it back to, okay, they were responsible for this, which is the attribution factor, which is still very difficult. By the way, the attribution is difficult, but these type of things does come, like it creates a link analysis kind of thing. So you can refer it back, let's say after 5 years, maybe they are using same, who knows. So that's why. And people do, like threat actors do make these type of OPSEC, which is operational security mistakes, using same, let's say using their oldest email address. So you can tie it back to them. So that's where I wanted this cryptocurrency address thing to show on the top.
That's great. This is really a cool tool.
Yep. And then after that, it is key insights, like just giving me crux of what I should know from referring all the scraped actual data. So in this case, as you can see, there are ransomware group directories where you can see all these ransomware groups. I think from there it scraped everything. And then obviously cryptocurrency addresses. What else is important here? again, ransomware groups get repeated. They use similar kind of tools, and this is the main one which I wanted to add. Like, okay, we got this. What is next? Like, what do you want to do next? So it gives next steps. So let's say you got all the cryptocurrency addresses, so you can analyze them. Just analyzing cryptocurrency addresses is very easy. Like, you can go to any blockchain explorer sites, which like you can like easily Google blockchain explorer and it will give you a lot of sites. You can search all these cryptocurrency addresses and see, okay, let's say this one address has 10k plus dollar of transactions. So you can start thinking, okay, this may be related to some threat actor or cybercrime activity. If it is like 100k plus, then definitely related to some cybercrime activity. So this type of, and it does give you example query also. So for example, if you see transaction history for Doge, which is the cryptocurrency used in this, and you can search this exact same thing in the search query above, and it will run that again and try to find anything. So I wanted this, like, okay, like next step should include example queries also. So you can see the next one, recent leaks by Blackbuster. Now you can Google search this, like their leaks and all, because they are marketed on the open web, right? Like Blackbuster ransomware group is attacking some company that everyone knows because they want to like get money out of that and they want to blackmail and all those things. So you can Google that, but I still wanted to have example query, and you can search anywhere, not just this tool. Just have example query that you can take and search on either this search or this tool or Google or wherever. So that was the entire like intended idea for this tool.
It's a great idea.
And I think the other thing I wanted to be in Markdown. So there is a way, So if I download this, it will download in Markdown format.
Perfect.
So let's see.
And
so entire thing
you
is
use
Markdown.
Obsidian, man after my own heart. Yes.
Yep. I definitely do. I do have connected LLM to that Obsidian also, just to get added benefit out of it, I would say.
Yes, I've done a few things myself too. Yeah. No, this is great. It's in Markdown, perfect for us to read.
Yep. And then basically everything, whatever you saw, everything related to that is here.
So when you get this report, you as someone who actually does this for a living, what are your next steps? I mean, do you actually go through and take those queries and put them back into your search engine?
So in this case, if you see, the queries are, let me go back to this one, which is the UI. In this case, the queries were very basic for me because, again, like I have been working in this space for a long time. To know that, okay, like I can search transaction history for this, but I don't need a tool for that. I can just, like, I have, like the company I work for, I can do that. Or even if I am solo doing it, I can just Google and know which explorer to search for, and I can search on that directly. I don't need a query for this. But the idea for the tool was anyone can use it. So either from very beginner investigation analyst to very extreme advanced analyst. So for me, like if you ask me what I would do after this, is definitely take all these ransomware group names. So let's say if I'm searching on any particular ransomware group name. So the initial idea was I need to know about ransomware sites on dark web, right? Or no, in this case, not just from dark web. It's mostly like ransomware sites which have been talked about in the cybercrime activity, cybercrime forums or dark web forums or onion sites. So that was the intended idea. So now I see there are so many names out there. So I will go ahead and search each one by one. In this case, I will just plug it in the search engine itself. So for example, if I just let me do one more demo for this. So let's see. I think Logbit one is the most famous one. So I would just take Logbit and then just query it back here. Logbit, nothing. Let's do threat actor. Just see what it will return. It should refine it in some way. Okay, Logbit ransomware group leak site affiliates. Oh yeah, affiliate is also big things. So what affiliates are? So there are ransomware operators, which is Logbit in this case, which have their own ransomware malware, or the builder I would call. The affiliates are kind of like people who go ahead and infect the systems, collect the money, and then hold their shares and then give like it is like 70-30 or something they agree upon, and then give it to the actual ransomware operator. So it's a big business in this also.
It's crazy.
It's really it's wild out there.
And for you to say that means a lot. You know this place.
Yep.
It's your job.
So yeah, like in this case, it returned only 10 results. I don't have it. I have not told it to just give me 20 every time. It's like give it at least 20. It can be low, it can be more, at most 20. At the most 20, yeah. And then it says Logbit, which is ransomware as a threat as a service model. We all know. What else it found? It did found one email which is dark fox market, which again from looking at it I don't know about dark fox market, but maybe I'll go after this. I will take this and then go and research more about the dark fox market. All these cryptocurrency addresses in this case. So the one thing is I can't blindly trust LLM, obviously. Like all these cryptocurrencies, where it came from, so I have to go and check these websites. So that I will do as an analyst. Like I will go and check actual sources where it referenced and see in what context this particular Doge, or let's say this particular LTC cryptocurrency address is written, because in this you can't see the context, right? It just said in the top itself it might be linked to ransomware operators, but you don't know. So these are the next steps. Like as an analyst I would, or as a researcher I would take these, take the cryptocurrency addresses, take the names, take the email in this case, and search more on that. And that's where like you investigate more, you write the report, and then at the final you will have like some 3, 4, 5, 6 pages of report and submit wherever you want to, or disseminate however you want to do it. But that is the idea.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
It's a very cool tool. Now I'm curious, have you thought about making it a bit more agentic, to where it's constantly monitoring and it gives you an update when things change?
I think that is the idea. The future, like if you just saw from here itself, like I had to search it again on the top, and also it didn't like the old one, it just vanished. Like I have it saved obviously, but like in this case I didn't download it. If I just run it again, it will just it will rewrite that, right? So the idea is to have it in multiple agents. So like the one agent will keep it running, and the other agent will, let's say, just keep it saving it, or even the one agent itself can do that. But yeah, the idea is that like make it more seamless. Like right now it is still, I would say, manual part is still there. So for example, like from the agentic way, maybe I will try to search all these in different Tor networks, like search these and then give me result, and at the end also just run it through LLM and give me final output, let's say. So that will make my life more easier. Right now I have to go through it and then figure out, I want to search this, and then search it again, get it. So little bit of friction is still there, but yeah, the agentic way will remove the friction itself.
But even then, I think with agentic, you still want to have yourself like the human in the loop mentality.
Oh yeah.
Because you never know if it's going to give you just a complete hallucination answer.
No, I think human will always be there. That's what I think. Like in any, like right now also, like the company I work for, we use LLM in a lot of things. But we still have human at the end, because someone needs to verify, especially in like cybersecurity stuff. Like, you can't just blindly send a report that was generated by LLM to a client. Like it can be hallucination. For example, if I had talked about there were cryptocurrency addresses right in this, so that can be a hallucination. We don't know yet. So that's why you have to verify.
Yeah, it's so important now, and I'm curious. I do want to get into like the back end of like what tools you're using, your prompts and everything. But so when you're finding sites, obviously you're looking for sites that are hidden. How do you dig deeper and try to find the sites that don't want to be found? For example, like obviously they advertise at a certain point because they want to be found, so you can buy things or whatever. But how do you go deeper and find the sites that are like really underground?
I think that is when the OSINT stuff goes away. I would say, like, because so as a researcher I do these things, right? Like OSINT, or we call it human intelligence, which is finding intelligence from a different human. Or even just plainly active investigation. So that is where you try to indulge into these markets, get into these forums, like create your sock puppet accounts, which is like fake accounts, not tied to you, and then go into these forums, go into these markets. So for example, the one, let's say, I'm checking. In this it didn't. The last one, I think it gave site URL or forum URL. So I would go ahead, to that forum. If that forum, let's say if it is open, and by open I mean you can see the contents without registering or without signing up, I will just keep monitoring it to see if I get something out of that. If it is behind login, I will create an email, log into that, and then keep monitoring it. And you keep doing this regularly, like over a period of 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever, until you find that specific, let's say, private Telegram channel or private Telegram group. And then you join that and then keep monitoring that. So it's like continuous chain of monitoring, and you have to keep doing it. And you don't have to do it manually, obviously. Like with Telegram, with forums, it is always, you can scrape everything. So you just put it to a scraping pipeline. Even if it is after login, like there are really good scraping mechanisms that you can do, like using cookies, bypassing captchas, all those things. So you can monitor that. So that is like, that's how you, like that is the next step basically. Like after this, you go into active, because I mean, the tool is good. It gives you a good start. But if you are looking into, like, let's say, for example, Logbit, I talked about, like, if you want to actually research about Logbit affiliates, how do they, like, what is the initial access, the Logbit builder itself, it has gone through multiple changes. So right now it is at 4.0 or something. So before that, if you want to research all those things, you have to go into these where they market these old Logbit builders or even the new builders. I think, I don't know, I don't remember, it was Logbit or Clop, one of the builders itself got leaked. So from there you can see, okay, this is how ransomware builder or ransomware is built. So all those things you have to research, you have to go into these forums, go into these markets, or go into these Telegram channels, monitor those things. So
And I can see how your tool saves a ton of time in that initial, like, where do I start to go deeper? Finds the places you go deep in, which is awesome. So who would you say this tool is built for?
So any investigator who want to search on the dark web, like who doesn't know about or who doesn't want to get their hands dirty, I would just say. In this, like, you don't know or you don't need to know, if I'm not a technical person, I don't need to know what the tool is doing in the backend. I can just give a search query and it will search through all the dark web forum, or in this case search engines, give me the result. If I had to go to it, then I had to open Tor browser, or go to one search engine, search these things. Also, one thing that I didn't talk about, if you search something on a dark web search engine, there are a lot of ads. And ads, I'm not talking about ads that you can skip using ad blocker. They're like actual search item that will talk about, okay, for drug market, click here, for this, click here. So a lot of people don't want to see those things, right? Like a lot of people are sensitive to those things. Even as a investigator or even as a researcher, there are things that you will be sensitive to. So why do you want to go through that? So for that, smart. The tool is like, it will never show you that. That is where the filtering thing is. Like, it will just show me, or it is filtering just 10, 20 results based on the query that I put. So that is where I think helpful for analysts or researchers or investigators. Like, it gives you the initial thing or initial report, I would say, to search on. And then if you want to go into active mode, then obviously, like, there you can't think about all these things, right? Like, you have to go to Tor, you have to log into something, you have to see those things. So that is very different conversation. But yeah, like, if it is just for OSINT stuff, you want to know, quickly get to know, okay, what is happening out there, you can go to it. You can use this tool.
Which, by the way, that conversation would be a fun one. The next step, going active.
Yep.
Of course, we got to be very careful teaching people how to do that, because they can get themselves in a lot of trouble.
The entire thing of being safe while doing this is, like, it's really important, I would say, because threat actors themselves, like, I don't know if you have heard about all the arrests that is happening in the threat actor community, but they get arrested because someone posted their location on Instagram story, let's say. or someone used an old email, or even on Tor network itself, someone logged into their actual Gmail. So these are few things where how they got arrested. So like it's very important to like safeguard you, which is like the entire OPSEC or operational security thing comes into the play, that you cannot, there are like multiple guidelines. Use VPN is one, use Tor is one, like all those things.
Oh, so you do say use VPN with Tor? So I'm asking you that because I said, yeah, do that. I think it's the safe thing. People are like, oh no, that's stupid, don't do that. They gave me so much crap for saying that. So what do you do?
I think it's a yes and no thing. So in some cases you should, in some cases you don't need. So for example, if for scraping, if I'm just talking about scraping, there are few ISPs that if you just go through Tor network, they detect, okay, it is Tor network and they just block it. But if you're going through a VPN, they don't block the VPN. So it's VPN and then Tor. And then there's also a big discussion on either Tor then VPN then or Tor or VPN then Tor. So that also like comes what you want to do. Like it's
Tor VPN, Tor VPN. That's how you protect yourself.
But yeah, I don't think there's a no or there's a yes answer. It just depends what you want to do it for. So like for example, scraping, you definitely want to do VPN and then Tor, so that your ISP can't see, oh, you are accessing Tor. And I don't think it's an issue in US per se, but in many countries Tor is considered like, okay, they must be doing something illegal. So that's why you want to go through VPN, so they can't see where you are going to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What else do you do to keep yourself safe?
I think apart from this, I talked about sock puppet accounts, which is basically you create accounts that are not tied to you or your company or whatever organization you work for. And these can be social media accounts or sock puppet social media accounts. And in terms of cybercrime stuff, like sock puppet accounts on forums, Telegram, even for Telegram, like you have a burner phone number. I mean, in this case, like it can be anything. Like you can have your own phone number, but you don't have anything personal on it, or you didn't register it using your name. You can just register it using anything. So all those things you have, and then you create, let's say you create Telegram, you create all these forums. You never put anything personal on it. So for example, a lot of beginners, I would say, when they try to create these accounts, they put recovery email as their main email. Like, I don't know, like how do you not think about this? So
they're
like
in the
never,
wrong business.
They're in the wrong. So never tied back to this, like at all. You cannot even think about, okay, I can say something related to me. And this is just the creation part. Then if you are actually talking to them, that is a different ball game. Like you have to be very wary of what you say to the threat actors, because it's very easy to like recognizing human patterns. Like if I'm talking to you right now, I know, okay, you talk in certain way, and same with me, you know how I talk in certain way. On chat also it's very easy. So you have to create that persona in mind. Okay, I want to look like let's say middle-aged American, my background is in finance. So you have to think about that and then create and have obviously noted down everything. So this is the one thing that, like when we train people who want to get into this in our company especially, we tell them that have a habit of note taking, because you don't want to combine two different personas into one. So let's say like this one persona is middle-aged American, other persona is teenager Indian, right? You don't want to combine that. And if you don't do note taking, you might combine that. Like if you're chatting in a way, you write you as just you or you as YOU. All these small things do matter. So you never want to combine that. Like you have to think about a lot. I think I don't do it now as like talking to threat actors over multiple personas, but I still have like one or two personas on top of my mind. I can say that I have one or two, and I have to always, like once I'm in that mode, I have to think about, okay, this is my persona, this was the history based on the note I have taken, and then okay, I have to talk in this way. So all those things you have to think about, and this is all active thing, right? Like this is very active.
That's fascinating. I didn't even think about like actually adopting the persona so your pattern of speech wouldn't be tracked. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's and a little miss just costs you your persona. Like your persona is burnt. In this case, in majority cases, that will be the end. Your persona is burnt. But if you are doing very high level, like you are actually so there are in threat actors also, there are low level threat actors, same as any criminals, right? Like actual criminals, there are low level criminals, middle, and then high. If you are actually doing it on the high level side of things, you can't make these mistakes because they will get to you. And like all these fake house, they do say call it something, I forgot. They just call swatting. So swatting, all these fake swatting, threat actors do that a lot. If they get, like if they know that okay, you are a actual person, you are not another criminal, they get to know your address from your name, because everything is leaked at this point. So it's easy to find anything, and then they just call it, oh, this person has drugs on their house, and they get raided. So that is very serious one, but only when you are talking to very high level threat actors. So
have you ever gotten this deep to talk to a high level threat actor? No? Okay.
Yeah, I would say fortunately no. I mean, that's a very different mind set you have to put yourself into. I didn't want to do that, so I was like, no, I'm good.
You're good with like level 2, level 1.
Yeah, level 2, level. Crazy. Yeah, I was like, I'm good at this.
Now, how does someone become like you? Like, if someone wants to become a person that does dark web research, what's the skill set you're looking for? I would say critical thinking at the top. Like, you never know what might come right in front of you. You never, like, you cannot even guess what will, like, I'm just talking about cybercrime right now, but there are things, maybe the person starts selling you drugs. Like, what will you do? There's no playbook for that. Especially like if you're just starting, like initially you will be told that, okay, don't do anything apart from cybercrime, like drugs or CSAM related stuff. Like not even think about opening sites or opening any links that threat actors send to you. But once you have it right in front of you, like let's say for example drug market, right? You would want to investigate. Like that is the thinking of an investigator, right? Like you are presented with something, you would want to investigate. So all those things, like you have to be present there. Let's say a threat actor told you something about their life. So you have to think about that quickly and then respond. And I mean, I'm not giving like actual examples here because I don't want to actually give out that example, like, okay, what happens? But yeah, the critical thinking part is very important. I think the technical stuff people learn. The sock puppet thing and the entire mindset of putting you in that shoes, like, okay, I have this, today I am becoming this, tomorrow I am becoming this, or even not just today, tomorrow. On one website you are this particular persona, on another website you are some other persona. So all those things you have to think about a lot. Like if you have, I know some people who are really good at remembering things. I'm not. So they can keep all the personas in their mind, like let's say 2 to 3 personas, they have it in their mind because they don't want to note it down, considering that, okay, maybe like wherever they take the notes, it might like get leaked or something, right? Like which it should not, but it's valid, I would say. And nothing really is safe, but you have to at least deem some things safe for yourself.
I trust my mind.
There you go. Oh my goodness. So this is so cool. Now I do want to get to the tech behind your tool. So scraping, I've used web scraping tools. Is it the same type of tools that you would use on the clear web that you use on the dark web?
70% yes. I think the only thing different is going through Tor network or added VPN or add VPN to it. So just going through that is the only different part.
So what do you do to like mitigate that? Because obviously, you know, on the clear web, it's like go to that server, you're at the server. Dark web, it's not like that. What are you having to do differently?
So in this, because Tor already has their utility tool, apart from the browser, Tor just gives you, like, you can download Tor, which in this case, in Ubuntu, it's like sudo apt install Tor. That's it. So it is a proxy service. So you can just install, you can run it, whatever service start Tor, and then it is running on their default port, which is 9050. You can route anything through that. So for example, if I want to open Chrome or Firefox in Linux, I can do Tor Firefox. That's it. So that the term is Torify. Although there is a separate tool also, Torify, which does the same thing. But so it's kind of like Torifying the browser. So sending everything on that browser through Tor network. And the Tor network itself is just minimum 3 node, and then it is more detailed to that. But just to explain easily, just minimum 3 node, entry, middle, and exit node. And then you are visiting those .onion domains or even normal website that you can visit. So that is the only different part. In terms of scraping, as I said, the connection breaks. A lot of time you have to restart renew the Tor circuit. So there is again a different command for renewing the Tor circuit or restarting or whatever you want to call that. And in terms of multi-threading or multi-threaded scraping, there are multiple ways. Like you can either create, let's say, 16 threads, so 16 different Tor circuits, or you can create just one Tor circuit, give it to 16 threads. So all these these are just design things.
It's very interesting though.
So depending on what you are scraping, you can do that. But I think that is the only different, because CAPTCHA is again in normal websites or Surface websites also, Tor websites also. The network thing is the only thing different. So like for example, for this tool, I did very normal request, like using Python request library. I'm accessing the website. The proxy itself is just Tor. So that is the only new thing that I'm doing, which is going through Tor.
Is there any special library you're using in Python besides request to scrape the sites?
No, I think just request and Beautiful Soup, obviously.
Beautiful Soup, yeah.
You have to get the HTML content, so you get those HTML elements only that you want to work with. So in this case, I'm getting all the body elements. I think for the search one, I'm just getting the link and the title. So just link and title elements. And then for the actual scraped one, I'm getting the full body. Because anyway, I'm giving it to LLM, it will decide what it wants to give it to me.
Okay. And then on the prompting side, what does that look like? What are your prompts?
Oh yeah, the prompt. So let me show you the prompts.
Yes, I'm excited for this. So I know, like, prompt engineering, that's a thing. Like, it takes a while to really craft a good prompt.
Okay, let's see. You can still see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So let me go to llm.py. And as I said, there are 3 prompts. So basically, based on three different functions, there are 3 prompts. The first was refine query, which is very easy if you see. Like, it's just, you are a cybercrime threat intelligence expert, and your task is to refine the query. In this, I had to give it somewhere, let's see. I had to give it different rules. Like, my plan was, if I just put your cybercrime intelligence, your task is to refine query, here is the query, and just refine it, it did a really bad job. So I had to give it like, okay, analyze the query, and you have to think about that this query will go to a search engine. So think from that perspective and then analyze the query.
So you're kind of giving a chain of thought.
I'm giving a chain. Like, okay, how a normal human would think about getting this. So like once I get the query, like what I will do, I will like think about, okay, how I can improve it. So for example, ransomware sites. So how I can improve it, ransomware forum, ransomware threat actor, all those things. So I just wanted it to have those rules. And I don't know if you know about Fabric. I think you have created a video on Fabric.
Daniel, we did a video.
Yeah, Daniel. So I love that guy.
He's amazing.
He creates really good tools. I've been using Fabric, by the way. The Obsidian thing, I've connected to Fabric also. So I took example from there, like how he has written rules and then output all those things, which helps a lot. So based on that only, I've created this, like, okay, get the query, refine it, and then output just the query itself, nothing else, because it used to just, here is your output and then query.
Yes.
Like, I can't take that in a, in a script. I just need the query. So I just gave that, and then normally prompt template and all that. So this was the first. In this, I didn't have to do much. It was just the 4 rules itself. So I just had to give it 4 rules and then go ahead. The second one was interesting, which was the filter results. I will tell you how it was, what I had to do. So the second one was, my purpose was, okay, I'm giving it 150 plus results and I just need 20. First of all, I didn't even know if LLM can even do this. So the idea was, I'm giving it title and the URL, and based on my query, you have to semantically search what is the closest title to my query and then just present that, right? Ideally, if you go from NLP side of things, it is like there are different semantic search algorithms that you can use. But I used it, by the way. First, initially, I didn't send it to LLM. I just used a semantic algorithm of NLP. But their model, the smallest model, was 40 MB. When I packaged everything and then outputted, 400 MB, not 40 MB, 400 MB. When I packaged it, everything, and then outputted, it was 1 GB something of script. It was like, it was taking a lot of time downloading, and then once you run it, so I didn't show you the CLI thing, right? But once you run it, it took a minute to start. So I was like, no, I can't do this. Even in Docker, it would have taken 1 minute, right? So I was like, no, I can't do this. Wow. I have to do something else. So I tested with LLMs. I was like, okay, can give me this? It was very, it was giving garbage results in the start. But then I think I Googled normally, like searching on Google, like, okay, how I can ask LLM to do this, because it was output, like in this case, you can see I have rule output only at most top 20 indices. And in this case, indices, I mean, I was giving it 1, 2, 3, 4, as in the serial numbers and the link and the title. So I just wanted output as the 1, 2, 3 itself. I didn't want it to give me text, because I noticed if I asked it to give me text, it was hallucinating.
Really?
Yeah. So it was like the link. I think the reason is because the link itself is 53 characters. A .NL link is 53 characters, and then you add title to it. I think in this, I'm adding title. So the 53 characters, and then the title itself can be very big. And combine that to 150 first of all, and from there I'm asking it to just, okay, give me just 20. Based on that, it was giving me really bad results. Sometimes it was giving me 20 because I asked it to give me 20, but it was not at all related to the query. So then I Googled and got to know that if you ask it to do number comparisons, like not number comparisons, like if you just ask output as a number, it can give you easily. So really? I think in the backend, or not the backend, like the chain of thought of LLM is like, okay, it maybe creates in the backend like as a table row kind of format. So 1 is this, 2 is this, 3 is this. And if you just ask it to give me those numbers, it gives it very easily. But I also don't know. Like, I'm just...
No one knows.
No one knows what goes in the backend of LLM. So...
But I'm glad you found a method that works.
Like this is working perfectly. Yeah. Like I was just asking it to give me 20 indices and it is working perfectly. But yeah, this was a task. Like I had to Google search a lot. I had to even ask, like I asked ChatGPT itself, like, okay, this is happening.
Help me prompts.
Yeah, something. Help me.
Help me talk to you. That's so funny. What's your are you using LangChain for this?
I think let's see. Yeah, LangChain. Yep. Yep.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. I was confused between LangChain and what is the other one?
LangGraph.
LangGraph, yeah.
I'm still confused.
I'm also confused. But I saw that LangChain has a lot more documentation, I think. So that's why it was easier to use it. So I was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Now this tool is amazing. I can't wait to try it. Actually, could you demo the command line for us?
Definitely.
That looks like.
I think I think I have one more.
Oh yeah. I don't want to jump ahead.
So this is the third one, which is generate summary one. As you can see, this is really long. It has rules and then it has output format. This needed a few trial and errors, but it was not complicated, I would say. As you can see, the few of the things I will just touch upon here. I wanted it to like output source links because that was the main thing. I need source links so that I can go and verify. I don't want just, okay, give me the analysis and not the source links. This last one, ignore not safe for work text, because as I said, on dark web or on these type of things, there are a lot of not safe for work things, like CSAM, whole CSAM related stuff. There is that, like you wouldn't want that coming to your even like getting it visible on even as a text. Like obviously images will not be visible, but as a text you don't want that because you're not researching that, right? So I put that also. Apart from that, I needed like 3 or 5 key insights, so that's where you see the final key insights. That is the 3-5 key insights, like okay, what is the final summary that I get from this, which is the intel that you get from that. And obviously the output format. This was like this, I knew that I need this in output format, which is the starting with the query, input query itself. So okay, give me this was the original input query you asked, and then going on from that, source reference, then the artifacts, and then key insights and next steps. So that was, I wanted that, so I just put it that. But I think the rules, I still keep on adding more rules, because I think there was one thing, the 5th one, where I said I had to add cryptocurrency addresses separately because it was not giving me cryptocurrency addresses, and I knew for a fact that there were cryptocurrency addresses. So I was like, that is still an artifact, you should give it to me. So I had to put it down, no, cryptocurrency addresses, yes. And as you can see, this keeps on adding.
Yes.
And whenever I find something new, I just add it to, like TTPs, malware names, all those things, I just keep adding it.
And it's incredible just how easy it is now. Like you don't have to program anything. You just change your prompt slightly, and it's just, that's good. Fine.
Yeah, I didn't have to give it any regex. So I was like, I'm good.
That's so awesome. No, this is really amazing. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. I can't wait to try it. I'll probably get myself in trouble, but it's going to be fun to try.
No, it's really good.
Yeah, but anyways, let's see the CLI.
Oh yeah. So I have it downloaded. Let's see. By the way, the Docker outputs in the terminal log also.
Oh, very cool. Are you able to save it to file or output the Markdown as soon as you run it, or is that like a manual?
No, I
process?
think it's still. Oh yeah, this is a good thing. I still have it manually. I should automate that also, like save it. But let's see. Okay, I have it written. So in this case, again, there are a few flags. Let me see on the. I have it. Same as this. There are a few flags here, which is model itself. So here also you can give any model, query, threads, and output. I'm not putting any output here, but there is an option you can change output. I think I will search the exact same thing, which was ransomware leak sites. Or wait, let's spice it up. Let's do something else. Let's see. The other stealer logs. So there is a thing called stealer logs or stealers per se, which if you have heard of the news, a lot of big companies, they have been getting targeted, and the initial access is usually stealers. So what stealers are you download any fake or not fake, any pirated software, for example, which a lot of people do, pirated games, pirated movies, download that, there will be a stealer. I think 70% of the time there will be a stealer on that, and what the stealer does is, it's like any other malware, like it downloads on your system, grabs everything, grabs your autofill data, grabs your Discord, Telegram, all those tokens, and then sends it or exfiltrates to the threat actor. And most of the thing, the stealer log itself, it is majority filled with username, password. So your URL, username, password. So it is a keylogger plus all the other things. Cookies and all, so that is used a lot. So I'll just search stealer logs. Let's see what it returns. And hoping it works.
It'll work. It's so funny though. I so prefer command line. Like I'm like, oh yeah, this is, I like this. But visually the UI looks great. Oh, it's working. Yeah, look at that. Yep.
I still don't have a lot of like in this case you just see processing, you don't know what is happening in the backend. But if you compare it to the UI, you knew, okay, it is refining query, then it is scraping, all those things. In this, I was like if someone is running a CLI, they don't need to know all those details. They can easily see the code. So I was like, okay, let's just do it processing. And then I think it takes again like 1 or less than a minute based on what it finds. I don't think I've run stealer logs before.
This could be fascinating.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of that, while we're waiting, what's the craziest thing you found on the dark web, if you can share with me?
Craziest thing. There have been many.
I bet there has.
I think not with me, but one of the other researchers that I work with, they were able to correlate or get the real identity of a threat actor, which again, as I said, like they slip up a lot. That they make OPSEC mistakes a lot, and I think this was a major threat actor. They breached a major company, and they were able to find out who the actual threat actor is, their name, their email, their LinkedIn profile, all those things.
My God.
Yeah, it's like I helped with few of the OSINT related research on that, in finding out, okay, like we have the name and email, like after this is the easy job. So like she did the difficult part of finding that. But yeah, like I think this was a recent one, like maybe a year ago, kind of.
Wow.
So that was good. Like we were able to find the threat actor and then obviously submit the report to the company, all those things. But yeah, that was the slip. I mean, I've been hearing about these like OPSEC mistakes a lot of threat actors do, and all the errors that happens, they are because of the OPSEC mistakes. But this was the first OPSEC mistake that we saw live right in front of us. So that was good.
Yeah.
It was good
amazing.
writing. It was good researching about that. So yeah, that was a good one.
That's cool. And I think it finished.
Oh yeah. So let's see all the way to the top.
Oh yeah, this is great.
Oh, it gave more results. So yeah, input query, artifacts. Yeah, so here it gave me few different things that I didn't even know. For example, this blood SMS OTP bot, like some SMS bot. Most likely it is on Telegram. So there have been different Telegram bots, OTP bots, other other few. I'm missing the name, but a lot of Telegram bots are being used for these type of stealer malware things. Even C2, like there have been C2 connections using specific Telegram bots. So once the malware runs, the C2 connection is made to a Telegram bot. It outputs or gives commands to this, and then it goes back, takes the command or gives the output to the Telegram bot. So that happens a lot.
Goodness.
So I think this is a good thing to research. And even the first one, like crypto drainer and NFT stealer. So it is just a type of stealer which steals your cryptocurrency wallets. A lot of people do have their actual wallet softwares on their system. So it just steals that. That is a good thing. And then all those others, like other names, like Quantum Grabber, which is the name of another crypto wallet address. So that is good.
This is crazy.
And yeah, this, like, we didn't get this with other, but forum names, that is a yes. Like in my books, like give me forums, give me marketplaces. I want to go and research. So I will just, after this, I will just go to these forums. These are like few markets that it is listed. Daily log, I think this is mostly selling or maybe just freely distributing stealer logs on a daily basis based on their name. But definitely I would want to check this out. So all those things. And then obviously the TTPs. These are not actual like TTPs that is like related to the MITRE attack TTPs. But I just, like as you saw in the prompt, I just gave it to just give me TTPs, whatever you think the TTPs are. So it just gave that, okay.
It did a pretty good job.
Yeah, it did a pretty good job. Like how how do they do it? So phishing, skimming, malware deployment, all those things. And then yeah, but this is like the terms they use. So fulls is a full identity package that these threat actors sell as, okay, 100k fulls. So it is mean 100K identity package which contains your ID cards, actual like driving license, passport, all those information. So people sell that. And then obviously the key insights. And if I want to like, okay, so it gave me the suggested queries which I was anyway gonna search, which is like Project X, Quantum Grabber, all those things.
Man.
And then it gives you so many. Oh, in this case, I do have like it saves as a output.
Oh, saves text file. Yeah.
So yeah, the UI one doesn't. UI one you have to click on it. And this I just save as a text.
Yeah, CLI is always better.
Yeah.
Well, Apurv, this has been so cool. Any closing thoughts? Anything that we missed? I think we covered a lot.
I think we covered a lot. Apart from just the tool, we covered a lot. I think like usually people are interested, okay, how to, as you said, like how to get into, how did you come up with tool, or how do I use it? Like in terms of tool usage, you can just go to the GitHub, use it. In terms of, okay, how you want to get into this, or how as an analyst, I do research, that is like even if you're doing it alone, I usually say don't do it alone because the risk that comes with it. Like if you're just doing OSINT, that is okay. Like, but you may want to go deep into this, right? So if you're doing that, always take help from others who are already in the field. Like I am already in the field. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn or whatever, or even with other people. Like reach out to them, say that, okay, you have done something, you have found something good. You want to collaborate, for example, or you want help in this case, because a lot of time people don't want to create accounts on cybercrime forums, or people don't want to even go on Tor browser or dark web, right? A lot of like that stigma is still there that, okay, dark web is always bad stuff or illegal stuff. So a lot of people don't want to do that or are comfortable. So that's where you seek help and ask someone else that they can help with it. But if you actually want to do it, like then like the person you are asking help, like let's say if someone comes to me, I will tell them all the OPSEC things, right? I mean, like not me, I will just mostly say you can Google OPSEC and like OPSEC rules or how to be or OPSEC 101. Like there are a lot of blogs out there that people have written, researchers far better than me who have written those, who have done those things. So you just follow that.
Okay, perfect. And I appreciate you saying that because I know people are going to watch this video and be like, oh, I'm going to try this. Oh, I'm going to do what he said. I'm going to go deep. They're not going to know what they're really doing.
Yeah.
And they're going to get themselves in trouble. So always seek help.
Yep.
Learn OPSEC. Like do your due diligence to make sure you're safe.
Yes.
It's a real seedy world.
Yeah, it's a real, like always be safe. You cannot risk your safety for this. It's not,
Excellent. Well, Alex, am I missing anything?
Okay, my first question, I only have two questions. My first question is, what you guys are just kind of touching on, is this dangerous? Because you mentioned earlier that this is a tool for people who don't want to get their hands dirty, necessarily going to the dark web. And I guess I wonder if people are going to ask, downloading this thing, running it on their computer, just having it scrape these sites, is there any danger or risk in doing that?
Somewhat yes, I would say. Depends on what you are searching. So, and this is true with any search engines or any tool for that matter. But especially for dark web, because as I said, there are like drug related stuff, CSAM related stuff, all the like far worse like hacking for killing or killing for killing stuff, all those things, right? So if someone searches for that, definitely like even if you go on the website, you search for that, you will get the result. As I showed in the prompt, like I do have written that, okay, do not show me not safe for work, but I've not tested it. Like I don't want to get my hands with that. So like that is a disclaimer, which I put it on the GitHub also, that please don't search for those things. You will get into trouble. That is a big thing. Like especially in US, if you search any CSAM related stuff and you have something saved on your system, you are in big trouble. Like that is a full illegal area that you are going into. Even if you do it mistakenly, like they will not listen to you. Like you are in trouble. You will get arrested. So it's always better to not search for any of those things.
Okay, we'll definitely have
be
to
safe.
Add some disclaimers.
Oh yeah.
Shiny disclaimers.
My second question is, you talked about this tool is going to get larger over time.
Yeah.
I know you talked a little bit about making it agentic in the future. my question is, as this becomes larger, this tool, does this sort of defeat the point of the dark web entirely? You know, having these areas that you can't just search up and go to and find. How's that going to change things?
That's a good question. I think a lot of people will have that question. But I think it will still, like, as I said, there are still areas where you need active involvement to get to. So there are still, like, not just private Telegram channels, there are still private forums where you have to pay to get access to, for example. So for those, you have to actively or manually do that. So you can't just use a simple tool, like not this tool, not any tool for that matter, where you can just get all the data in that. A lot of big companies are trying, but you can't get all the data. Like, there are always private conversations, and that is where the juiciest stuff, most critical intel stuff is there in private channels, in private groups, in private Telegram, or in private markets or cybercrime forums. So you can't, like, people scrape those, but it's very easy to detect scraping. Or I would not say it's very easy. It's still, like, you can detect scraping. If someone is scraping something, you can detect it. So people have gotten, like, their accounts have gotten banned. So that's why no one goes or tries, like, even like all the researchers that I know, they don't go and try scraping a forum that required $5,000 to get into in the first place. Like, why do you want to burn that? Like, 5K is a lot. So people still, that's where, like, both automated and manual goes hand in hand in cybercrime research. You can't automate everything. In this, like, with this tool, I can't have all the data in it because it requires manual effort.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought of another question.
Yeah.
What are there any other ways you're looking at, like, I guess, expanding this tool or improving it? I think you said at the beginning that you had mentioned something like, once this tool gets bigger, what does that mean, I guess?
In terms of, like, mostly adding, like, maybe let's say some new LLM thing comes, some new model comes, some new service comes, let's say, that makes it easier to just run it very quickly without setting the environment variable, setting the API, all those things. That will not be the case, I guess, for for foreseeable future. But yeah, let's say something comes down the line. So maybe that, but yeah, mostly cosmetic stuff, like improving the UI, all those, and adding the functionality that I talked about, like with
That'd
the agentic way.
Thing, probably.
Yeah. So all those things, I think that's as far as I am thinking. Mostly it will be on GitHub. Like, I don't plan to monetize or nothing. Like, there's no point doing it. This idea originated from the other repository, which was OSINT, open source OSINT, open source dark web OSINT tools. So it was open source, right? So this is the exact same thing, just open source. In this case, you have to put your API key, but you can run local. So
right.
Yeah, so that will always be there. Mostly cosmetic and few features. I am giving this talk in DEF CON, so I'm thinking people will give more ideas for new features.
Yeah, that's great.
So I was like, feel free to pull requests, like, create, like, just update the code basically, or even create an issue and I can do it. But yeah, the idea stuff, like, whatever they see down the line, if someone has a new idea,
that's awesome.
Feel free to.
So I think that's all I have, unless you thought of anything else.
One last question. So where can people find you?
Or
do you want to be found?
Oh, yes. I have separate entity for that.
Which one of you is going to be found?
No, like, you can find me, I'm on LinkedIn and Twitter both. I think if you just have my full name, Apurv Singh Gautam, I'm everywhere on LinkedIn. Or I have a website also, which I think you can put in this. On Twitter, I do have separate username, which is ASG Scorpion. I think Scorpion is easier to call.
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, I have written blogs on it also. So you can just search and find it. And as I said before, if someone is doing this and they want help, I'm always happy to help. They can reach out to me on LinkedIn or Twitter. If you can find my email me.
Challenge accepted.
I think it's far easier. I didn't plan to hide it, but yeah, I'm available on all socials.
Perfect. All right. We'll
so
make
yeah.
sure that everyone sees all this stuff and can find you. I'm sure people will have lots of questions.
Yep,
And,
definitely. Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing this.
No,
It's
thank you so much.
cool.